Hi guys, this is a new review and this one is just for us. It's just for us mums. So I thought I might as well do an honest kind of about me, a personal type of review. Just talking about things that I'm planning to do for me. So I have for years struggled with my weight, so I have yo-yoed for many years. It's kind of got worse since I've had my little cherubs, and as much as I absolutely adore them and there is like totally no excuse, I really have struggled with maintaining my weight. So I'll create food for them. So I'll make them food because they have preferences. They like their chips, they like all of that stuff. And I will just nick chips off of their plate because, you know, waste not, want not, right? So I tend to fluctuate with my weight. So I gain weight really quickly, and then on the other hand, when I'm determined, I lose weight really quickly. So I have been on a number of different weight loss plans. So I have been on Weight Watchers in the past. Oh, actually, right from the beginning. So early doors, I started off on a thing called LipoTrim, which is basically 3 shakes a day. And that was an experience, if you can call it that. So you basically have a shake in the morning for breakfast, a shake in the afternoon, and a shake in the evening, which would replicate your meals. It gives you the nutrients and your dietary requirements for the day. Did I like it? Did I hell? Hated it. But it did the trick. I dropped a ridiculous amount of weight. And then I fell pregnant with Layla, my beautiful little cherub. And then obviously, as people know, when you become pregnant, you put on tons and tons of weight. So after I had Layla, I basically, I did the breastfeeding and I did everything else as well. Then I started working out at the gym in order to kind of get my body back to some semblance of fitness. So then I started Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers was great. But what I'm struggling with is whether or not it was Weight Watchers or the breastfeeding or a combination of the two that helped me to drop weight really quickly. So I'd dropped how much did I drop in that period? So I think I dropped around 3 stone in 2 months, which is very quick. It was an easy plan to follow. It was great. Then I came off it. I was working, I was eating, so I'm one of those, when I'm happy, I eat. When I'm miserable, I eat. There's, I need to be somewhere in the middle where I just won't eat. So, I then moved from that. And recently I've tried Slimming World, which again, similar to Weight Watchers, is great. One thing that I can say, in all honesty, with Weight Watchers, you are literally, and I don't know, because I know that Weight Watchers has changed recently and they've adapted their program and they're doing all sorts of different things now, which kind of mirrors Slimming World. But Weight Watchers, in my mind, was a lot more restrictive. So everything had points, so you knew how many points that were allocated to you for that day. You overate, you knew that you were going to put that weight back on unless you somehow in subsequent days just reduced. It was a little bit too restrictive, so then I moved on to Slimming World. Slimming World. Right, so with Slimming World, it's the opposite. So the types of food that you kind of think that you shouldn't be eating, you can. So your rice, your pasta, your potatoes, all of that, all the carby types of things were free. You could eat them quite happily, all day long. I couldn't quite get my head around it, literally. So I did that for a number of months, and I did lose weight from it. But depending on your body type, and I think because I was and have been consistently a yo-yo dieter for a number of years, it worked. But it just wasn't as quick. It wasn't the type of results that I kind of wanted. So the weight would come off, but I don't know how to describe it. The weight would come off, but my body didn't look how I would expect it to look on my face when the weight was to come off. So now, I had done keto. So I did keto on and off in between diets. The results from keto are very, very, very quick. And I don't know how it does it, to be honest, but you become very, very lean all over. So it's not like you would kind of like just reducing just the tummy. You would become lean all over in terms of like the body fat composition, etc., etc. So I liked the effect of keto. Unfortunately, I kind of came off keto. I was going through a couple of things, busy lifestyle, work stresses, etc. So I kind of came off keto. But my aim now is to go back onto the ketogenic diet. And I am going to film my progress with you pretty much every Saturday and in between, during the week. So I'll show you how I'm doing, letting you know what it is that I'm eating, and just so you can see what type of results that someone like me who is a yo-yo dieter can actually get with the ketogenic diet, which I'll be honest, I kind of swear by. So the ketogenic diet is great for yo-yo dieters like myself. It's great for people with medical issues or medical concerns such as epilepsy, I believe diabetes, etc., because it lowers the amount of blood sugars that you have running around in your body. And in some scientific studies, they also say that it prevents the likelihood of someone developing, serious diseases such as cancer, which nobody wants. We don't want it. So the diet itself basically consists of 20 grams or lower. There are some alternatives to it, but it's roughly around 20 grams of carbohydrates. And depending on your BMI, the proteins and the fats tend to kind of alter around that. So 20 grams of carbohydrates is realistically not a lot. So a bag of crisps could quite easily be 3/4 of your allowance. No lie. You know, advertisement right there. A bag of crisps can ruin your progress. So obviously some of the things such as chips, potatoes, pasta, all of that is ruled out of your diet. Now, when I've been on keto previously, I'm not gonna lie, it's tough. So for the first 3 days, it's quite difficult because carbohydrates, which not very many people realize, but when you eat carbohydrates, although it's not sugar in the true sense of the word sugar, it converts into sugar when it goes into your body, which obviously is not good. So I found that during the period of time when I was on keto, I actually felt a lot better than the times when I'm not on keto, because you feel you feel a lot more sluggish. Everything is a lot harder. It's just, you feel awful. So yeah, this is the premise behind this video is I am going to basically put myself on the line here. I am going to document my keto journey. I have a target goal for where I want to be in terms of my BMI and in terms of my weight, which I will do with you guys every Saturday. And like I said, in between the weeks, I will show you how I'm doing in terms of keeping to my schedule. So my schedule will basically be, I can have nuts in terms of snacks. There are certain fruits that I am allowed, such as blueberries and raspberries, for instance. I don't think there's anything else beyond that in terms of fruit. But you can create a mock-up of certain meals, so spaghetti bolognese. So rather than using pasta, you can use courgette. So if you go into your local Asda or your Tesco, I call it courgette spaghetti, but it's basically kind of courgette spaghetti, which is in little spirals that are shaped like spaghetti. Absolutely love it. It's great. It tastes no different from, to me anyway, it tastes no different from a normal pasta. There's cauliflower rice as well, which you can have. So if you wanted to kind of create curries and things like that, you can. For those people that, if you like kind of, I don't know how to describe it without it sounding really bad, but if you like kind of your greasy foods, so like your greasy fatty foods such as your sausages, basically drowning everything in oil, it's great. Now, I don't eat bacon because of my religion. I don't eat it, so I don't eat bacon. I do have sausages, but they are of the halal variety, so I tend not to have like pork or anything like that. And yeah, basically the more oil you throw on there, the better it is for you overall. So like I said, I'm going to document my journey with you guys, and I know that there might be a couple of mums, new mums, older mums like myself, that might be interested in seeing this journey. There's a lot of hype around keto, so I am going to probably hope to dispel them, probably hope to reveal some of the struggles realistically. So it's going to be an honest review about how I'm feeling. So there's things on keto flu, for instance. I'll be showing you I'll be showing you how that feels and what I'm thinking. I'm not gonna lie, there will be periods of time where I'm probably gonna be starving. I'll be craving my sugars, whether it's like Haribo's or whether it is even rice. I'm a massive, I kind of love my curries, and I love Chinese food, I love noodles, I love all of that. But I'll kind of show you what I'm doing, and then I'll show you as well a frank and honest review of when I gain and lose weight. Hopefully there'll be several losses, but you guys are gonna keep me accountable. So, mums, follow me, follow my journey, and I will, I'll be as honest as I can with it, and I will see you in our next video. See you later.